I'm Levi, a creative, adventure seeker, and explorer by heart. A few years ago, I set out on a mission to find the most unusual, inspired, and unique one-night stays in America. And I'm taking you with me. This is Tiny BNB. Let's go. The Instagram famous black A-frame, and the aesthetics are everything at this place. If you're a fan of cabins or A-frame cabins, I'm sure you have seen this place all over Instagram at one point or another. But for my first night staying here, I've been looking forward for this ever since I first saw this place. I've wanted to come here and stay here, and I finally have. It's located in New York, about 2 hours-ish north of New York City, located in kind of the middle of nowhere. It took a lot of back roads to get here, but I enjoy that. I like being in the middle of nowhere and enjoying the nature and scenery. And I think I came at a good time of the year during the fall. The leaves are on the ground, the weather is crisp and cool, perfect for a campfire or anything like that. So upon arrival at the black A-frame, you pull right in the driveway and you're just greeted to the beautiful home with the huge front deck. The home is all black, which fits my aesthetic perfectly. On the roof, I didn't notice until I was flying my drone, but the roof has this huge slab of solar panels, which I think is really neat. This home is an A-frame home with a wing attached to the side of it. If you are interested in the plans or the layout of this home, I believe the guy that owns this has those plans available through his Instagram, so you can go check that out. But continuing on the outside of the home, there's lots of property. There's a gazebo. You can sit in here and enjoy your time in that. Off to the right of the home, there's a picnic table with these string lights over it. And off of this is the fire pit. You can enjoy a fire right here, and right next to that, they have a small pond out here. So this property has a lot to enjoy. And then of course, this front deck for any sunbathing if you're in the summer, or if you just want to come out here and chill and relax and enjoy your time, it is great for that. But now let's take a stroll inside. So whenever you first walk in, you can see how just big and open it is. The dining table's off here to the right, accompanied by the huge front windows. So it just really lights up the whole place. It's really beautiful and really nice. Seating for about 4 people. That has this hanging light down that hangs probably 15 feet from the ceiling, which is super cool. But if you look up, whole side of this wall is wood, which I like, gives it more of that cabin feel. And off to the left, if you look up, you can see the balcony and the bedrooms from up there. Now, if you look off to your left, you're greeted to the huge living room with 2 couches. It also has games and a record player, just a lot of things to do around here. In the living room, you have the ability to make a wood fire inside, which is really cool. And off to the right of that, you can see where they store all the wood inside. Adds a lot of aesthetic to the home. And in the winter, if you know what you're doing with one of these, you can really enjoy a nice, cozy, warm fire inside. I believe the wood is hickory. Whenever you walk in, the smell of the wood has been, I think, engraved in the home, so it just smells like a hickory campfire all the time, which is really cool. I haven't really been in a home where it's been like that. This home was built in 1961, so it's pretty old. I'm sure there's been lots of fires in the home, so that smell has just been kind of engraved in the home itself, which is super nice. Now, in the back of the home, up to the right, there's the first bathroom. It's a full bath. It's really nice. It's white and bright and super clean. To the left, you can see your full-size kitchen. This kitchen is massive. There's plenty and plenty of space for whatever you need. There's stuff in all the cabinets, all your cooking utensils, eating utensils, a giant sink. The fridge is the biggest fridge I've ever seen in my life. It is huge, and with this huge stove, this kitchen can provide a lot for you. Now, this door right here you see leads to the utility room. This door right here was a little closet, but right behind it is the stairs, and we'll walk up the steps, which leads to the 2 bedrooms and the other bathroom. The 2 bedrooms are very spacious and huge. I think the geometrics of these rooms are super cool. Nothing's really like a square box. Beautiful natural lighting, 2 queen-size beds. Fun fact, I've always wondered why places always have queen size beds instead of king. 50% of Americans use queen size beds, which blew my mind. I think a king is really cool, but it's more popular to have a queen size bed. So I guess that's why every Airbnb has a queen size bed. But anyways, both rooms have huge closets to store anything you need in, and each room just has a few other drawers and lights to mess around with. Super spacious, super comfortable. And when you walk out of the bedrooms, you can see the next bathroom. It is a little bit larger than the one downstairs, but it's just another full bath, really beautiful. The aesthetics are nice and clean. And then you're greeted to a couple different reading areas. This one has a bookcase with tons of different books. Then you can enjoy the nice lighting from the windows you see right here. And it just gives you a nice look out onto the first floor if you wanted to. And I would highly suggest this stay to anybody in the area or that has seen this place on Instagram. Just come check it out. It is something that you can't experience, of course, through the photos. You just have to come here and experience it yourself. It is super cool. I want to build one of these, my own. I know everywhere I go, I always want to build whatever I'm staying at because it's so cool, but this one seems a little bit more practical. It is a full home. But now let's go check out our next Airbnb. Tiny Aframe off-the-grid cabin. It's really neat. What is up, guys? I'm pretty low to the ground. I'm sitting on this bucket. I don't know if you can see that, but basically on the ground right here, so if it looks a little weird, that's why. And we're taking a tour of this Airbnb right behind me, this gorgeous A-frame located in northern Arizona in the desert right next to the Grand Canyon again. I didn't make it to the Grand Canyon because it was closed the one time I decided to come up to northern Arizona. So if you want to come to the Grand Canyon or anywhere in northern Arizona, there's a lot that this place has to offer, from different national monuments, from swimming holes that we went to. There's a few clips from that. But yeah, I would highly suggest coming up here because I enjoyed it a lot. I love this type of environment and the sun and seeing all that stuff. Anyway, you'll find your Airbnb, you'll notice there's lots of dirt roads to get to it. It is very secluded and private and peaceful. There's really no neighbors anywhere around you. You can look all around the horizon. You can see just straight for miles and miles, and there's just nobody else really around you, which is really nice if that's what you want, that's what you're looking for. And there's just no noise pollution or any light pollution, so at night is the perfect time to look at the stars. It's typically a clear night out here in northern Arizona. Not too many clouds this week I've been here, and it's just a really nice area to be at to stargaze. Anyway, you get to your Airbnb right here, the A-frame. You pull up and you notice this is a tiny home A-frame, I would consider it, and it is off-grid, which is really neat, and we'll get to that in a bit. But you pull up to Airbnb and you notice that there's a couple buildings right here. We'll focus on the main one right here. You walk up to it, and on the outside you got a little front porch, and you got a chair, you got an area for your firewood right here, and the door right here is really neat, and you got a window up top above it, of course. And of course it is an A-frame, so the side is black metal. They have two windows on the side as well, and that's basically it on the outside. It looks really neat, and I think it's totally Instagram worthy, this little A-frame out in the desert. And right next to you got a fire pit over here to enjoy those cold nights. Walk right in, you'll notice you can see everything really instantly, and there's two beds, which is really nice in here, and it's just pretty open. The inside matches the outside with the wood and the color palette, just earthy tones. And we'll just start here on this left side. You got your kitchen area in quotations. You have your dishes and cups, your kitchen utensils right here, and above that you got a propane stove top, which is nice. You can cook your stuff while you're out here in the desert off the grid. And you got a propane heater right here. There's no AC in this place, but that is okay because it gets cold at night and it doesn't get too hot during the day. I was really comfortable the entire time I was here. And right next to that you got your mini fridge. Then you make it to your main bed area. This is a full bed and it's really nice. Right behind that you got two windows you can open up right here, and just the design of all this is really neat. You can store your stuff underneath this bed if you need to, because this place is a little limited on space. It is a tiny home, and one aspect of tiny homes is the folding tables, which this place does have. You got this table right here. Right now it is up, but you just unlatch it and it lowers down and you can fold out the legs, and you got an entire table right here to work at, eat at, or whatever, and there's chairs back here in the corner that you can take outside or use for this table, however you'd like. And whenever you're done, you can just fold it right back up and it saves all that space. Right under that, you have some shelves that has your toiletries and towels. You also got games over here and just a bunch of random stuff that you might need for your Airbnb stay. And then lastly, on this bottom floor right behind that, you have this mini stove fireplace area. This is the tiniest one I've ever seen, but it fits this place perfectly and it looks really cool. And the exhaust just goes outside through this pipe, and it's really nice and aesthetic looking. And that's whenever it gets cold during the winterish months, you can just throw some wood in here, and I guarantee it would heat up this place instantly because this place is very tiny. You might have noticed when we first walked in that there's this giant ladder right here. This does lead up to the loft area, which is really neat. You climb up this ladder, and all it is a bed up here and a massive window. There's one right here and one on the other side, and this is all you have up here is just a sleeping area. It's a lot of space. I was the one that slept up here, and is really comfortable, plenty of room, and it wasn't that bad. I liked it a lot. But if you're not using that space at the moment of this ladder, you can take it away and store it somewhere else because it kind of is in the way. If you are inside, it just takes up a lot of space, so that's nice. It's detachable. Now there are outlets throughout this entire A-frame, which is really nice. Of course, I've charged my gear and all that stuff, and it worked perfectly. Like I said, this place is off the grid. That means there is a solar panel which is located in the back. Here it is with the battery banks, and I charged all my stuff and left lights on in the fridge, and it worked perfectly. I'm sure out here in Arizona, solar power is not an issue. Now, you might be wondering about the bathroom situation. You got this little building right here, and on the right side you got your shower, and on the left side you got your bathroom. Now the shower is heated. It just has this giant tank of water behind it, and you just turn it on and the water comes out and it heats it instantly. And then you got a little sink area over here. Now they do provide more water inside, of course, endless supply really if you need it, so it's just a different, unique experience. I want to show all the different style and unique experiences Airbnbs that are offered. So if you're down to have some fun and do something a little different and not do your typical Airbnb luxurious stay, I would suggest coming out here and do some glamping. And yeah, I had a lot of fun here with this experience, and I would highly suggest it to anybody else. Welcome. What is up? Clouds of time. Not too many clouds. Not too many clouds. Oh my gosh. And right under that you have some. Right under that you have some shelves that have places I reviewed here. You got this